All right, fantastic. I think we can start right now. It's a wonderful time to be here with every one of you. This is your trusted trade review brought to you by EBC. My name is Precious David. And what we're going to be looking at doing today is we're going to be looking at how to take advantage of the noise in the market and turn those noise to trade opportunities. If you missed on Monday's section, you really missed, because on Monday we took 3 trades on gold, USD and Euro USD. And I took those trades on my live account on Monday. And guess what? Out of those 3 trades, I think in less than an hour, I was already on profits on gold and on Euro USD. And we used pending orders, buy stop, sell stop to do that. Now, today's section is going to be a little bit different because I'm just going to be analyzing gold and probably Euro USD. And I'm going to give us time to ask a lot of questions because I got some feedbacks that on Monday's trade, some of you didn't understand some of the terms I was talking about. So for today, I'm just going to spend about 10 minutes thereabout to analyze gold and look at what's happening on gold, what's happening on Euro USD. And the remaining time, because we're supposed to spend about 40 minutes to 30 minutes here, not just to waste our time, but to do what we want to do and wrap it up very quickly. So the remaining time, we're going to be using it to really delve deep into our understanding. What do we understand by trading? What are the challenges that we are having? What instrument would you like me to analyze? And that's what we're going to be doing today. All right. So the first thing I want to quickly say, like I said, is I want to welcome everyone who has joined today, and I want to quickly say a happy 65th Independence Day to us all. Whether you are in Nigeria or not, Nigeria is celebrating 65 years today, and it's a wonderful time to be alive. It's a wonderful time to be alive, I can tell you that. If you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Precious David. I'm a capital market and security analyst. I've written several books, and I've done several webinars and seminars, and currently I'm bringing you this trade review for absolutely free of charge to make you some level of income by partnering with EBC. All right, world best broker right now, and also official brand partner of FC Barcelona, one of the biggest brokers right now and the best broker right now, world best broker for that matter. So everything we're going to be bringing to you, everything I'm going to be talking about is going to be coming from a place of deep understanding, deep experience, and deep knowledge. All right. And I also want to say this before I start. Personally, you can look at my story, you can look me up. I started as nothing, right? And I can tell you that if you are still doubting it, if you're still thinking of doing it, let me just quickly give you a proper directive or a proper advice right now. Trading can change your life. Take it from me. I was a secondary school teacher. I studied biology and education from University of Ibadan, but today I'm doing trade review on a global platform, and you can check some of my stories on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I've been doing a lot in the last almost a decade right now. Trading can change your financial life. It can change your life for good if you really take it serious. So beyond this review, beyond what we are going to be talking about here, I need people who are really passionate about this business to really take it a step a step up. All right. So if you're here, you don't have a funded account yet, you're still doubting, you're still trying to see if you're going to fund your account, please go ahead to do that. I've also created a 3 hours beginner to intermediate course on our YouTube page at EBC Nigeria. You can check YouTube for that to get that. All right. So let's quickly get started very fast, and let's see how far we can go today. I hope everyone can hear me now. I hope everybody can hear me. So please, let me just quickly check. If you can hear me and you can see my screen, please, can you just give me a feedback? Because I have somebody saying he cannot hear me. So if you can hear me and you can also see my screen, can you give me a feedback, please? Can you just give me a feedback very fast before we move on? All right, thank you so much, Mr. Israel. Mr. Femi, thank you so very much for the feedback. And I also want to give a big shout out to everyone who has joined from Ada. Thank you so very much for being here. Mr. Anthony Jeffrey, I see you, sir. Thank you so very much for being here. I can also see Mr. Malik. Thank you so very much for being here. Chisom, thank you so very much for attending this program. Mr. Chukuma, as always, you are the first to be here. Thank you so very much for being here. I don't know who this person is, but I can't see your name, but thank you as well. Mr. Femi, Mr. Israel, it's a wonderful time to have you. Mr. Michael Okpayemi, thank you so very much for being here. Mr. Stephen, I salute you, sir. Mr. Taye, thank you so very much. I don't know if that's the Mr. or it's a Mrs. because, Taye is can be a man, it can be a woman. So let me just say, Taye Oguntoye, thank you so very much for being here. It's a wonderful time to have everyone here. So let's quickly go right into the charts and let's see what's happening in the markets and let's see how we can take advantage of what is going on in the market right now. So I'm just going to quickly go to Forex Factory. I'm just going to go to Forex Factory. If you don't know what Forex Factory is, ladies and gentlemen, Forex Factory is a very powerful. Let me stop sharing and share again so that we can see my screen. Yeah. All right. So Forex Factory is a very powerful tool that we use. Right, so I'm on Forex Factory now. I hope you can all see my screen. I'm on Forex Factory. I'm on the website right now. Today is Wednesday, rather, October 1st. And we want to check out for economic outlooks. Let's just quickly filter the economic outlooks. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to filter the economic outlook to give me the high impact events, just high impact events. All right. Now, currently what we have for today, we have the ADP non-farm employment change and the USD ISM manufacturing PMI. All right. Those are the two things that we have. Excuse me. All right, please. I want to believe that we can all see my screen because I'm not getting any feedback. I want to get feedback. Sorry, I just want to get feedbacks. So I think maybe due to the rain, some of us are having some network issues. I guess. Is it better now? Can we all see my screen and hear my voice now? Because I think maybe due to the rain, some of us are having network issues. But we're recording this section, so in case you miss anything, you can always get a feedback. You can always get feedbacks from the YouTube page. We're going to be posting this on the YouTube page. So we're going to be looking at the ADP non-farm employment change at the ISM manufacturing PMI. For today, this is at the two major news that we have by 1:15 and by 3 o'clock. All right, the one we had the Treasury bill yield. I think that was yesterday, and we saw that there was a little bit softening on the Treasury bill, meaning that there was a decrease of the U.S. Treasury bill, which actually affected the markets. All right, which affected the markets. All right, thank you so very much, Mr. Steven. I see your feedback. It really helped. All right, so which affected the markets a lot. So today we are also going to be paying attention to these two major fundamentals coming up by 1:15. And by 3 p.m. So anything you are doing, whatever thing you're doing, whatever thing we're going to be doing right now, between the hours of 10 o'clock down to 12 o'clock, you want to get out of every trade. So take note of that again. Ladies and gentlemen, for today, within the hours of 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, you want to get out of every trade. Because by 1:15, we're expecting the manufacturing PMI, and it's a very, very powerful news. So you really, really want to pay attention to the news there. You really, really want to pay attention to the news there, all right? So let's quickly go to the chart and let's see what we can actually make out of this news. So let me quickly share my screen on the chart. Just give me a minute. Okay, so my MT4 is loading right now. Let's quickly look at what gold is doing on the chart. Let's also look at what Euro USD is doing on the chart. Okay, so my screen is up. Let me quickly share this. All right, guys, this is gold on 5 minutes. And it's crazy this morning, guys. It's crazy. Gold has been breaking all-time high. I think last week we're talking about it, that gold has been breaking all-time high per hour. Every hour, gold breaks an all-time high. And for this morning, we can also see what price is. If you go to the daily time frame right now, price, I want to be sure, guys. Yes, today, right now, as we're speaking now, gold has just broken another all-time high. On Monday, I told us that gold is going to be going up for a very long time, and we can see what's happening on the chart. All right, on Monday, we took a buy stop, and I made so much profit on Monday. I was able to move my account, almost 10%, right, on Monday alone. And due to my busy schedule, I was not able to trade yesterday. Today, again, now, look at what gold is doing. We are seeing a major push on gold. Now, what is causing this push is still the sentiment around the USD, around the what's happening around the US economy. There's a lot of uncertainty around Fed rate cuts. They're looking at cutting interest rates. There's a lot of issues with the government. There's a lot of sentiment, bad sentiment around the US economy right now. And apart from that, we're also having a lot of strong bullish moves on the euro. We're also having it on the Japanese yen, and of course on tech, Japanese tech. All right. So it's really spurring a lot of investors to move their money into gold due to the fact that dollar is not really stable the way it should be, and with the fears that there might be an extra interest rate cut in October, which is this month, and in December. So there's a lot of things that's happening in the market right now, and we can see that right now this morning gold has just broken another all-time high. So what do we do right now? How do we take advantage of this movement? How do we make sure to be able to take advantage of this? It's quite simple. All we just need to do is to look at the markets, from the higher time frame. So if you look at this from the higher time frame, you will discover that this is a very bullish move. Price is very bullish on the higher time frame, on the daily time frame. If I move this to the 4-hour time frame, you also see that we've seen a classic break and retest. So if you look here, we saw this break, and then we saw this retest, price pullback. Then we also saw a break and retest here. All right, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be. You don't need to be looking for other blocks, looking for you don't need to complicate things that much. All right. Now we can see also that price has just broken this point. We can also see a classic break and retest here around this zone where price is pushing away from now on the 4 hours. I'm on the 4-hour time frame, right? Now if I go to the daily time frame, I can see this clearly that price has just broken this particular point right now. It has broken it, and we're expecting a retest anytime soon. So we're expecting price to actually pull back to these levels, and we don't know how far. We don't know how far price is going to go, but because this is a new zone right now, this is a new price level. So if we go to the 15 minutes time frame, we can also see this very bullish move, and we can now see the break very clearly here now, guys. Look at the break very clearly. It attempted to break it the first time here, pulled back to this point, and then we saw the break. This is a break of structure here right now, and of course we're expecting price to, there should be a retracement a little bit to this particular zone. Now, we don't know when that is going to happen, and of course, this is still an upward trend. And one thing I've learned about gold is that gold, when it comes to fundamental analysis, it doesn't really respect a lot of technical jargons that we talk about. Gold doesn't respect those kind of things, mostly when fundamentals is at play, right? Mostly when the news is the one pushing it. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of this, looking at the 5 minutes time frame. So on the 5 minutes time frame, there is no entry right now. We can see the price pushing up massively. Entering right now would not give us, we would not be it will not be good, because at any time the price could retrace back to this zone. So what I want to do is I want to mark this zone. All right, so we can go ahead to mark this zone. We can mark this zone out. Great. Good. So what I want to see is I want to see price pushing back to this major zone here. All right, I could even, this entire thing is a zone that you can see price consolidating a little bit around this zone here before finally breaking out. So this entire thing is a zone. So I want to see price pushing into this zone before I can go for anything that's, I can go for a buy. I want to see price pushing into this zone and then pushing out of that zone. So we want to see a classic retest of this zone before we can jump into a buy. Jumping into a buy right now, price is very expensive. We are not close to any level of support apart from this 5 minutes weak support here. Going into a buy here right now, we're going to be risking a lot, which is about 82 pips, right? That is a lot. So we want to wait for price to actually continue with the upward trend and then give us an entry by actually giving us a zone where we can enter. So for gold this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a key zone. We're looking at this key zone here, between 3875.20 to 3869.90. Right now, it's not a good time to enter because we already missed the entry. We would have entered at this break of structure here and at this retest. You can see this candle. This was a bullish hammer. All right, this was a bullish hammer here. We would have entered at this point here when price retested this on the 5 minutes time frame. After it broke it, it retested. We would have entered here. That way, our stop loss would be here, maybe 20 pips, right? And then by now, we would have been massive profits. But entering right now, due to the fact that it's going up, is called fear of missing out. And that is going to, really, really deal with us if this price decides to retrace, to come back to retest here. This is a lot. And I mean, we can't even risk it. All right. So we are waiting for price to come back to these zones before we can really get an entry for gold this morning. For Euro USD, I think price should also be moving on the same vein. Let's quickly go and check it. Okay, so this is slightly different. On Euro USD, you can see that price is actually consolidating a little bit around these two zones. So let me just mark this quickly. So just to show you what I'm talking about. So look at this. Currently, price is consolidating around this two zone now. If we ignore this particular movement, this is on the daily time frame. So this is massive on the daily time frame. This is massive, right? And we can also see a trend line forming up on the daily time frame right now. So let me just delete this. We can also see a trend line forming up on the daily time frame right now at this particular zone here. So we can also see this happening right now on the daily time frame. If I increase this and go to the 4 hours time frame right now, okay, let me just reduce this a little bit. All right, so on the 4 hour time frame right now, we can also see price trading around this trend line, right now, right? So we are seeing price respecting this trend line, pushing to the upside. However, I also want to pay attention to this minor level of resistance here. All right, so we can see price pushing up, yes, on a trend line, which is great, but there is a minor level of resistance that price needs to break. On the 4 hour time frame, I can see this clearly. So there are two things that price could do. Price could decide to break below here, or price could decide to break out. And most likely than not, Euro USD is going to be breaking out. Most likely than not today, Euro USD is going to be breaking out. And the reason is because, like I said, dollar is very weak right now. So unless we have something, and even if we're going to be having something, it's going to be happening maybe between the hours of 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock when the US section begins. So for right now, the euro still has an upper hand, so I'm preferencing a buy for Euro USD right now this morning. Okay, so what we want to do is I want to go to a 15-minute time frame to really critically take a look at this. So on the 15-minute time frame, you can see how great this is. Imagine you've been buying at this point. Say, let's say after this two retest of this trend line, you decide to wait for the next retest and you took your trade around this zone or around this zone, guys. How much would you have made? All right, this is very simple, very straightforward, and it's very, very easy. So I would have entered here, I would have entered here, I would have entered here. I would have just been entering. My stop loss would have just been below at this point here. Even this place was also a good point to enter. So we missed this entry, but I know that price is going back to retest this point. Now, I don't know if price is going to break it. It could retest it and come back to retest the trend line again until there is a very good push to either break the verified resistance or the dynamic support. We don't know yet what is going to happen, but we do know that right now price is actually trading around what is called an upward triangle. All right, this is an upward triangle, and price is trading towards the end of the triangle right now. And once price gets to the end of the triangle, there's bound to be a break of structure, either to the upside or to the downside. And based on fundamentals, we know that there is a high possibility that the price is going to be breaking to the upside. So what do I want us to do this morning on Euro USD? It's quite simple. We're going to be going for a buy stop on Euro USD. So we're going to be going for a buy stop, and also we're also going to be doing what is called a sell limit. All right, so we're going to be doing two trades, a sell limit and a buy stop. So we're going to be going for a sell limit at, so let me just quickly do this. Good. So we're going to be going for a sell limit and a buy stop with the same stop loss value, with the same stop loss value. So let me just take this a little. I think this is okay here. So for this trade this morning, let me just quickly put this on the chart platform. I'm going to drop it on the chart now. For Euro USD, we are going to be taking a trade using sell limits. We're going to go for the sell limit first. Our entry price, I'm going to teach you how to do that if you don't know how to do that. Our entry price is at for the sell limit, is at 1.17817. Okay. Our take profit for the sell limit is going to be at this trend line here, around this zone here. So let me just quickly get that. So I know that if price is coming down, it's going to come back to retest this particular zone at 1.17430. So take profit 1.17430. Our stop loss for this trade, which is very, very important, make sure you have a very good risk management, is going to be at 1.17908. All right, that is for the sell limit. Now for the buy stop, Euro USD buy stop, our entry price, our entry is going to be at 1.17908 rather. Our stop loss for this trade is going to be at 1.17668, and our TP for that trade is going to be at the next resistance zone. So if we enter here, let's assume that is this a 1:1 trade? No. So let's quickly go with this one. This is 1.18153. So TP is going to be at 1.18153. But what I advise is that you monitor your trade once it is in profit. Once it has moved about 10 pips, you can actually remodify your stop loss into your entry. If you don't know how to remodify your stop loss into your entry, I'm going to be creating a video about it today, and I'm going to be dropping it on our YouTube platform and also our social media platform like the Facebook and our Instagram. Some of us are not following us yet. Please follow us on EBC Nigeria on all social media platforms. EBC Nigeria, from TikTok to Instagram to YouTube to Facebook, guys. I'm dropping a lot of content on those social media platforms, and those content are going to be helping you, all right? These are contents that I've been able to use on my own. So I've dropped it on the chat platform. So let me also take this trade now manually myself. So if you're using your phone, what you want to do is that you want to click on, you want to go to your market watch, and let's assume you want to trade Euro USD. So what you want to do is that you want to click on Euro USD. Don't remove your hand. Just tap on Euro USD. You're going to see charts. You're going to see new order. Click on new order, just like what I'm doing right now. Once you click on new order, you're going to see market execution. That's the first thing you will see above. Instant execution or market execution or instant market execution, whatever you're seeing. Click on that. It's a drop down button. When you click on that, you're going to be seeing something like buy limits and sell limits. Sell stop, buy stop. If you're using an MT5, you can have buy stop limit, sell stop limit. Don't worry, just follow the one I'm telling you to do. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to go for your sell limit. For the sell limit, you're going to see a price 0.00 at the top, and then you have two other ones at the down where you have TP and SL. The one by the right is your TP, the one by the left is your SL. If you're using an MT4, you're going to have your TP in with a green line and the SL with a red line. But if you're using an MT5, it's pretty straightforward. You have TP and SL already being labeled. But the top is your entry, all right? I'm seeing some feedbacks. Don't worry, I'm going to answer some questions very soon. So let me see. Our entry for the sell limit is at 1.17817, right? Our stop loss is at 1.17908. Our take profit is at, I can't remember the take profit. I think it was somewhere around here. 1.17447, okay? 1.17, I can go with 447, but I think I dropped the real one on the chart. So I think this is good, 0.02, yeah, place. So what we are expecting is that we are expecting price to push here. When price gets to this point, we're expecting a drop back to this zone whereby price is maybe going to come back to retest this particular point. If that happens, our trade will be triggered, our sell trade will be triggered, and then we're going to be in profit. Now, if that doesn't happen, if price gets here and it triggers our sell trade and is going against us, once it gets here, it's going to trigger our buy stop and it's going to automatically close the sell trade for us. All right? And then it's going to continue with the buy stop. And then we can recover what we have lost. This is what we are risking. We can recover it back with the buy trade. So that's the logic behind what I'm doing right now. So I've done the first trade. I'm going for the second trade right now. Still on the same Euro USD. I'm going to be doing a buy stop right now. So the entry for the buy stop is at 1.17908, which is the stop loss for the sell limit. Our stop loss is at 1.17668. Our take profit should be at this zone here, 1.18129, 1.18129. But what I'm going to do is, immediately I'm in profit, I'm going to be moving my trade into my entry. So let me just remove all this so we can see it. So we can see the trade clearly now. So let me quickly do something. So what we are saying is that price is currently trending, respecting this trend line. We can see the trend line, right? It's respecting this trend line. At the same time, we are having a resistance zone here. We're having a resistance zone around this point here. So we are saying that this is what is known as an upward triangle. So this is a triangle. You can see the triangle, right? So this is the end of the triangle. So price could keep consolidating around these two zones, around this dynamic support and this static resistance for some time until price comes to the end of the triangle. And if we have a very good momentum, price could break out of that triangle. And based on the fundamental, we are expecting price to actually break to the upside, most likely than not, when the breaks happen. But for now, price could come here and then retrace back up. Now, if price does that, comes here to retrace and begin to go down, it's going to pick our sell limits, and we're going to be on a sell trade, and we're going to make money from that sell trade. If that doesn't happen, if price breaks up and begins to push up massively, we're going to be on a buy trade because we also have a buy stop here, and it's going to give us some level of profit. All right. So this is that for Euro USD. If you have not placed your trade, I've already dropped the entry prices on the chart platform. You can copy them out and you can place the trade. On the 5 minutes time frame on gold, we are beginning to see some level of retracement from gold right now. We're beginning to see some level of retracement on the 5 minutes, which is majorly coming from the 15 minutes as well. And I know that these retracements might not last because that is how it behaves. It gives you some level of minor retracement and then eventually pushes back, break that retracement and begins to go up. So what we want to do is that we want to wait for a break and retest, which is very, very simple. So for gold, just very quickly before I begin to answer questions, for gold, ladies and gentlemen, please, you can take your buy stop. You can wait for price to break this zone, this particular point here. If you go to the 1 minute time frame right now, so this is how it looks like on the 1 minute time frame. So I know that's like what I told you, that it was not a good time to enter because I know that price was going to retrace, right? So it's already retracing a little bit right now. It's possible that it's going to come back down here it's going to push back down here. It's very, very possible. We can see price already pushing down massively, but this is an upward trend. So because you're seeing this, does not mean you should go for a sell. I repeat, this is still an upward trend. That you're seeing this does not mean it's not time to sell. You will lose your money. You will lose a lot of money. All right. So what you want to do is that you want to trade with the trend, not against the trend. So if this is an upward trend, until a major zone is being taken out, there is no change of structure. There is no change of structure. There's no change of character. This is an upward trend. So what we want to wait for is for price to retrace whatever it wants to do. And then if it's going to continue as an upward trend, it has to take out this high. If this price is going to continue as an upward trend, it's obviously has to take out this high. It will eventually come back up and break this high. Let me give you my experience. Gold can come back up and break this high with just one 1 minute candle. All it needs is just one 1 minute candle to take out this high and continue in an upward trend. So what we want to do is that we want to wait for a breakout of this structure. So you can have a buy stop here, just like what I did with Euro USD. You can have a buy stop placed at maybe 3895.45. Or you could have this you could monitor it manually and really wait for price to actually break it on the 1 minute time frame, guys. Once there is a break and close, once a candle comes here and the body of the candle breaks and closes above this place here, enter your buy with your stop loss just below this point here. Put your stop loss here. All right. Once price breaks this place on the 1 minute time frame and the candle closes above it, and take your buy, your stop loss is here. This is a strategy I use all the time, and it works all the time for me, at least 70 to 75% of the time. Of course, you can't win them all right? So that's, let me quickly bring it to a close here. We're going to be having this every Monday and Wednesday, and sometimes it's just going to be question and answer period. Like next week, Monday, I'm thinking we should just have a question and answer period where we have to ask a lot of questions, and then I just answer you, based on some of the things that we're actually struggling with. So let me open the floor right now to entertain some questions from us. So if you have any question, please. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Israel. I can see your feedback. You've subscribed for the YouTube channel. Thank you so very much, Mr. Israel. We're also going to be doing what is called EBC, Nigeria at 65 with EBC, where we're going to be giving out some live funded accounts. It's going to be an exciting time. We're going to be starting the launch on Friday. We're going to be launching on Friday. So in case you're not following us on social media, I'm begging you again, please, after this meeting, go and look for EBC Nigeria on all social media platforms and follow our handles. A lot of things are coming to Nigeria. EBC is a big platform. EBC is the best platform, and they have a lot of things for their clients. And we are going to be communicating these things to you via our social media handles. So you need to be at the top of the game. All right. Guys, look at what I told you. You can see gold is already pushing back up, and we're just waiting for a break. Once I see a break right now, if this break happens on this live webinar, I'm going to be taking my buy. This is a live account anyway. This is not a demo account. This is a live account. I'm going to be taking my buy with my stop loss, just like what I told you, and we're going to see how it goes. So let's have any questions. Do we have any questions from anybody? Questions. Mr. Chisom, do you have any question for me? Mr. Chukuma, do you have any question? Do you have any question, please? Mr. Femi, Mr. Israel, Mr. Ken, you're welcome. Mr. Lawrence, you're also welcome. Do we have any question? Mr. Malik, you've been with me for some time. Thank you so very much. Oganero Adeni, thank you so very much. Your name sounds like my name. All right, you're very welcome. Mr. Olufemi, thank you so very much for also attending. You're also welcome. Do you have any questions? Mr. Omoto Singh, almost saying rather, do you have any questions for me? Pauline, I see you. Thank you so very much for being here. Do you have any questions? Mr. Philip, I see you. Thank you so very much. Mr. Solomon, SA, I can also see you. Susan, I see you. Thank you so very much. Do we have any questions for me? Taye, I see you also. I'm expecting questions from you also. UFC Academy, thank you so very much. You were here on Monday. You're here again today. I'm also expecting to still see more of you, to also have this meeting regularly with us so that we can actually see how to learn from each other, take advantage of the market, and of course, make money. All right. Gold is already going back to break that point. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good time to enter a buy on gold this morning. All right. If price actually continues on that upward trajectory, breaking that previous high, taking out that previous high. Okay. So do I have any questions, please? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I can see 3 already. All right. So Mr. Ezra is asking. Okay. All right, so Mr. Israel, I think we can do that. Yes, we can drop it on your we can drop the social media handles on the Telegram channel also, and on your Telegram channel. You can just speak with your BD to get that done. It's very simple. Okay, somebody said the buy limit trade. We didn't take a buy limit. We took a buy stop. Sell limit and buy stop, sir. Check again. It's not buy limit. It's sell limit and buy stop. Mr. Philip, it's sell limit and buy stop. Sell limit and buy stop. Sell limit and buy stop. Okay, so I can see somebody's hands up. Let me see. Okay, Mr. Steven, let me unmute you. Mr. Steven, you can go ahead to speak. I've unmuted you.
Yeah, you said the sell limit and the buy stop for a particular trade. Yes, what in a situation that hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
What in a situation that the trade happen to trigger the stop loss of both the sell limit and the buy stop? What happens?
Okay, so that's a very fantastic question. So let me quickly explain that. The way this trade is being placed, right? This is on Euro USD. We place that trade on Euro USD. If you look at this, now, of course, the first thing you need to first of all take note of is that trading is a business of probabilities and calculated risks, all right? That's something you need to know. Number 2 is that when we are looking at placing trades at zones, you need to pay attention to the zone. Now, if you look at the sell limit here, you discover that the sell limit is above the resistance point, which makes it a little bit difficult for price to just trigger it anyhow. So what we are waiting for is that price normally is supposed to attack this zone. At that attack, based on the spread, we are able to trap price, and then we can see price pushing back down. Now, if that happens and price gets to this point, traps this zone, and it doesn't come back down, and you can see the buy stop also is not close to it's not anywhere close to the sell limit, very, very far. Let me look at the number of pips. The number of pips between the sell limit and the buy stop also is around 10 pips apart, almost 10 pips apart, all right? And then the number of pips from the resistance point on the 15 minutes to the sell limit is almost 3 pips apart. So this makes it a little bit difficult for price to just trigger the two of them just like that. Mostly when there is no fundamental. The only time this can happen is when there is a news, and maybe you are trying to do, like, for example, let me give an example of what happened to me some years ago, and it helped me to learn a lot. That's like what Mr. Steven shared right now. I had a buy stop and a sell and a sell stop, waiting for the news on gold. It was FOMC. It was evening that day, and immediately the news came out. The price was supposed to go up, but it went down and triggered my sell stop first, and then triggered the buy stop. Now, for the news that is very volatile, for a very volatile news, that is possible. But for this morning, the only news we're going to be having is by 1:15. So it's very, very rare for you to see something like this happening, that price will trigger the sell limit and then trigger the buy stop, which is 10 pips away. And then, of course, when it triggers the buy stop, it will take out the sell limit because the stop loss for the sell limits are the buy stop. and then it will now go back down again into this zone it has broken to trigger this this stop loss for the buy again. It's very, very rare. But if that happens, it's still something that we can also accommodate. That's why the total risk on this trade right now is not more than $6. Total risk. It's not even up to. So we are risking $1.82 for the sell limit. We are risking about $4 on the buy stop. So total we have just about $6. And this is a 0.02 trade. So if you're taking this with 0.01, divide that by 2, that's about $3, to be able to make about almost $7 or $8. I think it's a good calculated risk. And like I said, it is going to be very rare for that to happen, for it to trigger the 2 hit stop loss when there is no fundamental involved. So it's going to be very, very rare. So it's still a very good opportunity, to actually look out for. If you're taking it, it's still a very good time to take it. If you have a very good account, a very good balance in your account. So it's not going to be a problem. And if that happens, fine, but it's going to be very, very rare for it to happen. Somebody said, how do I differentiate gold from USD to know which is buying or selling? Okay, so on the platform, on EBC's platform, we have the gold symbol as XAUUSD. So XAUUSD means that gold is being paired against dollar. All right. Now, if you are buying gold, what it means is that you are actually taking a buy trade on XAUUSD. If you want to sell gold too, you also take the same sell trade on XAUUSD. You see, USD here, which is the quote or the counter pair, is not visible. You can't trade on it on these charts right now because the major pair or the major instrument here is gold, which is the base pair, because that's the number one pair that's been paired with the dollar. But anything you are doing on gold, whether you are buying gold or you are selling gold, you are doing it against dollar. So for example, if I'm buying gold, it means I'm selling dollar automatically. If I'm selling gold, it means I'm buying dollar automatically. So I can't buy dollar directly or sell dollar directly on this chart, but I can do whatever I want to do on gold. So because gold is the major pair here, the base pair here rather, I can buy it and sell it based on what is happening on the dollar. And if whatever I do here affects this one, in the other way around negatively. So they are inversely proportional to themselves. Now, if you're asking that, how do you know the symbol for gold? This is the symbol for gold on our platform. XAUUSD is a symbol for gold on EBC platform. And I think it's a symbol for gold is a general symbol for gold. And for Euro USD, we have Euro USD like this. It's just pretty straightforward. Okay, so I don't know if I was able to answer your question, Mr. Solomon. Do you have any question? Any question? Okay, somebody is asking, what's the difference between buy stop and buy limits? Okay, so maybe I'm going to be having a series where I'm going to be talking about the differences between the various pending orders that we have. We might not be able to talk about it, but let me just give you a brief explanation of what I'm trying to say. Let me quickly go to Euro USD, for example. Okay, sorry, USD-JPY. Now, USD-JPY, you can see the price going down, right? So look at this. Let's assume that I want to actually take a trade. If price, so I'm saying that because this is a resistance point, for example, so I'm saying that because this is a resistance point, let me make this line a little bit thick so we can see it. Horizontal properties, yeah, visualization, okay. Good, so because this is a resistance point, I'm saying, okay, you know what? If price gets here and breaks this point, I want to take a buy. So I am not taking my buy until this point is being broken. I am waiting to see a break of this point. Now, I can't wait because I'm busy. For example, after this meeting, I'm having a lot of meeting. I have a lot of educational materials to prepare for us today. I have a lot of things to do. And of course, I still have some personal businesses to also attend to, right? So I can't be waiting on my charts, looking at this and waiting for price. Price could take the whole day to break that particular zone. So what I want to do is that I want to trap price. I want to put like a net there that traps price anytime price breaks this zone. I don't need to be there. I can tell my broker, you know what? Anytime price breaks this zone and gets to, let's say, and gets to this particular point, once it breaks here and gets here to maybe 147.339, take a buy for me. If it doesn't get there, don't take the buy. So this is a pending order. It is pending when price breaks here and gets to this point. In this case, remember I'm buying, but I am using what is called a buy stop. So when buying above price, when you are buying above price has not gotten there, but you are buying above it, you always use a buy stop above price. But when you are buying below price, so you are saying that, for example, you know, this is the cheapest price right now. So we are saying, okay, you know what, if price comes here again, I don't believe price is going to break this point because this is the cheapest price. And we all know that when price gets to the cheapest level, and when, you know, at that point where it is the cheapest in the market and there is the demand is quite good, price is going to be going up. So it means that price can bounce off this support level for some time. It can bounce off it 3 times. So if price comes here again, I know that there is a high possibility that price is going to go back up again, right? So I am saying, you know what, I can't wait for price to come down here. I want to buy here because I know it's likely to come back down here, and I would want to buy here, right? But I can't wait. So what I want to do is that I want to do a pending order at this point, that anytime it comes there, EBC, take my trade for me. Now, that kind of pending, remember, you're buying, but in this case, you are not buying above price. You are buying below price. You are saying that price is going to come down to a particular level before you take your buy. This is called a buy limit. So this is the limit at which you are expecting price to get to before it push back up, and this is where you want to buy. So this is a buy limit, and this is a buy stop because this one is above price. Now, the same thing applies to sell stop and sell limit, but in the other way around, since we are selling. So maybe in a much more dedicated video, I'm going to be probably doing a recording on that, or we could have a live class on that, because for the month of October, so let me just quickly share that with you while we're talking about this. Let me just quickly share that with you. So guys, in the month of October, this is what we're looking at doing. So please take notes of that. Sorry, what just happened? Okay, so I think, all right. I don't know if you can see the calendar on my screen, but in the month of October, we're looking at doing a lot of, in this month, we're looking at doing a lot of, what's it called right now? We're looking at doing a lot of content. So we're going to be, you know, having a lot of advanced classes. We're going to be talking about strategies. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that we can do together in the month of October. So we're going to be having this trade review every Monday and Wednesday, but on the 16th of this month, we're going to be having an advanced class, and also on the 30th of this month. Now, those advanced classes, I'm going to be teaching you how you can use simple moving averages to be able to make money on your own, on your phone, on your laptop. You don't really need so much strategy. You can outsmart the market, right? So you just need something that you understand very well that can give you an edge over the market. You can't see the future. You can only predict it. So the best strategy is the one you understand, and it's the very one that applies to price. So I'm going to be teaching you how you can use moving average, RSI, MACD convergence, divergence, stochastics, Ikenachi, a lot of other things. I'm also going to be working on some indicators, custom indicators for us that we can use. All right. I'm also very big on AI trading too. So for some of you that want to know how to code AIs for your use on ChatGPT, how to do that. I've been doing it for over 5 years, and I have a lot of, you know, AI trading my account, some of my accounts for me automatically. So I'm also going to be teaching us all that in, you know, in all these advanced classes. So like I said, follow us on all social medias at EBC Nigeria, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and, you know, we're going to be moving quite well together. All right. So do we have any question, any other question before we call it a day for today? It's been a very fantastic section, and I really appreciate everyone who have, you know, spent the time to be here. Do you have any question? Okay, so if there's no question, please, can you drop a like for me? Can you drop an emoji for me? Can you just give me something to encourage me? It also tells me that you also enjoyed the section, and it was a very, very wonderful section for you. Thank you so very much, everybody. I'm going to be seeing us next week, Monday, the same time by 9 o'clock. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms. Something big is coming on Friday. I'm not going to release it now, but it's going to be big. So make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, because you're going to be partaking and enjoying that benefit also. I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And happy Independence Day to everyone once more. All right, so I'm dropping the social media handles right now. It's just at Nigeria at EBC, EBC Nigeria on all social media platforms. Just search for EBC Nigeria. You should see us there on all social media platforms. I'll see us next week, Monday. Let's have a wonderful Independence Day ahead.